nice,
Hi.
nice to see you. Yeah, how are you?
Good, Indranil. How are you? Hope
Yeah,
all
I'm
okay.
doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, welcome to the Master of Growth. These are podcasts. So generally we talk here about the journeys of the entrepreneurs, about the founders, and what marketing ways they follow, and hope that a new startup could learn something from you guys as well. So as
Sure.
because you guys are the market leaders right now, so yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll start with this. So but please tell about your journey and how do you start your journey, please.
Yeah. Great. So just to give a background about myself, actually I started my career in retail in 2000, just after my college. I was working in a large retail company. Today it's a startup early. So just after college, I started as sales staff in a retail company. So I grew to heading the entire buying and merchandising in about 7-8 years. Then I was working with another big group in retail, primarily focused on fashion retail. So about 15 years I spent in my career in corporate retail. So corporate companies working with large companies. Today they are all billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
So I always had something in my mind to start something on my own, just during my college times. So I come from a very humble family. We don't have any entrepreneurs in our family. So I always had something to start on my own. I ensured business needs certain knowledge, skill set. As after spending 15 years in various fields in business, I thought it's the right time to start. So I partnered with one of my colleagues working with me in the company. We started together. We started this brand Moza in 2016. So when we actually retail is very capital intensive business. So we wanted to start slow, take a look at product what is easy to win in the market. So we did the research. All my experience has been menswear and kidswear. So when we did the market research, we found that there is very few brands in women's wear. We should play in women's wear in India, because India is evolving. Thought we should do a women's wear brand which is easy to get into the market, penetrate to the market, then it can expand. So within women's wear, we thought women's is again while it is easy category to start, but it's also a little complex. So women's fashionability is much different than men's. Men is very simple: shirt, trouser, t-shirt, and jeans. But women has a lot of fashion, elements. We thought we'll start with something basic, which is not too risky for us. So we took a category approach. We started off with the women's bottom wear as a category. We started with the leggings, then we got into other products like jeans, jeggings, plazo, culottes.
So all the products are for women or for everyone with all the genders?
Only women.
Okay.
We started with only women because men's already had a lot of brands in the market. So there are players like Madura, Arvind, the Levi's, Pepe, a lot of international brands all had. And Indian wear, we had only TCNS and Global Desi. Only couple of brands was handful of brands were there in India. So that we'll do only women, focusing on category as legwear as a category. So very focused approach, not do too many design, few product, ensure supply chain is intact. That when there is no loss of demand, loss of sales due to stock not availability. So it's easy to start with a small category, and we started growing through that. And we also got some good response from our customers. We opened our first store in Bangalore. We got good response. Then we approached some of our large pharma retailer partners like Future Group, Lifestyle, Shopper Stop.
Okay.
All like the concept, and they also found there is a gap for the product in the store. They taken the product. So that's how we've started and grown the brand. So from 2016 to today, we are about 500 people.
Okay.
Across 600 point of sale. So we're growing. Of course, we had a 2 years setback due to COVID. Retail is really hard in COVID. We've actually certain challenges. Now we've actually back on track, looking for great growth coming.
Definitely. So coming back to the 500 people you were saying. So you guys are located in Southern India, or you guys are operating pan India and you have your store across
We
India?
have presence pan India. So we have one of our counter in Jammu, and down south we have in Trivandrum. So we have across India, we have a team. So we have people, all 500 working in almost every state. We have a sale point.
So that's very good. That's very good. That's very good. Starting in 2016, right now you're working pan India. That's very good. Actually, that's very good. So, so we're coming back to that. So, please tell me about your team. So, when you started in 2016, so how many people did you have in your team, and how did you scale them?
See, we were actually bootstrapped. So we had three partners together started this company. So one of my colleague, Basha, he was working with me in lifestyle. I know him for 10 years. And then another friend of mine who was in the same industry, he had manufacturing. So we started together. All three of us started together. And along with me, one of my college friend was taking care of finance. So we four actually started the business. And of course, we had opened our first store in Bangalore, and we had store staff. So within a matter of 6 months, from 4, actually we become 8 at back office, because your channels are growing. So we had to hire some area managers and operational heads to manage the operation. We also had one guy to look after e-commerce. So we started in 2016 itself. We went into online business through marketplaces. So 2017 we were about 14 people. 2018 we went to 30. And 2019-20 is where we actually scaled up really fast. We went up to 250 people. Then 2 years we had a slowdown because of COVID. Then starting 2021, the last 1 year actually we've actually doubled our network and little sales point and manpower. And I would probably say, when it comes to manpower, any startup, any business, what is really important is people. So if you actually manage people well, if you get the right people, right mindset, you'll be able to grow. So I would confidently say the first people who joined on the 2016, they are still working with us. So that's especially the core team. Of course, a couple of them are known for long. Apart from rest, everybody is all joined, looking at the concept business, and they also enjoy working in a growth driven startup.
That's very good. That's very good to hear. And apart from that, what is your opinion about customer service? Because I am also from a hospitality background. I did my graduation from IHM Hyderabad. So we always think about do you believe in good customer service, or you do believe in getting customers more and more customers, or organic customer who will stay and will bring more customers again? So
see, there are two aspects to it. So one is customer service. What I mean is, one is greeting and not saying hi, hello. Customer service is actually giving the right product at the right time. Fashion and is very dynamic. What you wear
exactly.
Go out of trend in 6 months. If you don't get the product on time, you actually lost the customer, and then you may bring back another product. Customer would have bought somewhere else, and you would have lost the customer, especially in fashion.
Exactly.
Every industry is same. So we believe quality is the most important aspect in our business.
Do we on that aspect? So giving the right product at the right time to the customers, any part of the world or the city, let's say we are operating from, but we should. I believe you never compromise on the quality as well.
Yes, right? Exactly. Yeah, quality is most important. So you should not compromise, and also ensure products availability there when a customer needs is the first customer service. They'll be very happy, and they'll enjoy once they go back home and they'll remember, this product I bought from there. The next time I'll go and buy it.
Exactly.
That's the most highest level of principle we follow. Of course, we are a very people-friendly organization. We believe our staff makes a biggest impact in our customers' mind. So the time that they spend 10-15 minutes in the store, how they actually being handled or been managed is most important. So apart from product, the experience what they have is very important. So we train our people in such a way that we not really push them for sales. our people are here to help the customer to make their choice.
That's really good to hear. That's really good to hear.
That's how our
Actually,
customer
and
retention is.
yeah,
Our repeat customer is over 35-40% in our stores.
okay. So my next question would be,
Yeah,
so when you're talking about customer service and different other ways of marketing, so we generally face whenever we start a new organization or a new company or a new startup, we face different kind of challenges, I believe. And when
yeah,
you talk about retail, when we talk about I believe you guys also take orders online as well. You guys are
yeah,
present in that as well. Yeah. So we face different kind of challenges. The first of all, which I think is logistical challenges. If a person, if I'm operating from Bangalore, let's say, and you a guy who is from let's say a town in Karnataka itself, or from eastern part of India, or from north, you say in Jammu as well. So we in retail industry we face different kind of challenges again. When the product reaching the end customer, in between that there are different kind of, let's say in 10 at least two I'll get challenges in there as well. Any sort of challenges, maybe a tiered up let's say package, or any sort of things. Maybe the delivery guy was sick, or sort of things like that. So how do you cope up with that, and what kind of challenges did you face earlier
in
as well?
our business, actually, we are, while we face a lot of customers, customer-centric challenges are quite manageable. If out of 1,000 parcel, 2 parcel getting misplaced or wrong product delivered, we can still talk to the customer, convince them to give them new product, or give them some additional incentive for them to compromise the customer. The biggest challenge we face in India is, actually, India is a very dynamic country. If you are
Exactly.
your Indian festive, especially fashion shopping, is around festive. So you have East, Pujo is a different timeline, and we have Kerala Onam is different timeline, and Diwali is different timeline, Dasha different timeline,
Exactly.
and each market also have a different taste. So ensuring you get the product onto the shelf just before the time is most critical piece. Say, for example, 2018-19, there was a huge flood in Kerala, which actually completely wiped out the entire Onam business, which also impacted our supply because of the flood happened. Entire West Coast got huge rain, and most of our products comes from Surat and Bombay. The rain affected our supply. So it actually had a huge impact in our supply for almost for a month. So our inventory got piled up. Then we have to go
So
for.
production is taken care by you guys itself, or you guys, you get
We
products
outsource
from any other
the
platform?
production. We
You
have
outsource the
factories
production.
across India, because we are women's wear has a different. Say, for example, each cluster has a different kind of product. Say Jaipur makes kind of product. Surat has different kind of product. Bombay makes different kind of fashionable product. So we have to source from
Yeah.
everywhere to ensure our customers are getting the right to the market. So such issues actually comes up. So we have to, while if we can, these are all unforeseen situations. So we have to live with that challenges. We have to ensure when you plan next time, keep some buffer for all those anomalies, so that you don't have get into the
Exactly.
same problem. So even if you
Yeah.
2 weeks sale loss, I don't know if you know or not, Pujo actually sale happened just 2 weeks before the main festival starts in East. The 2 weeks actually people
Eastern part.
actually buy a lot in
Eastern
East.
part,
Yeah,
right?
Eastern part of
See,
India.
I am from Calcutta. I
Okay,
am
yeah,
from
you know
Calcutta.
very
I'm
well.
Bengali, so I really understand, because
Yeah,
actually Pujo, Durga Puja is southern festival actually. People pandals and all, the big pandals and all, it started
yeah, correct.
6 months, 7 months earlier. So,
Yeah,
and the shopping starts, the aggressive shopping start 1 month earlier puja or 2 months earlier puja. So people are, and everyone is looking for that 5 days they
yeah,
need to have two pairs of
yeah,
jeans, and
exactly.
women's wear are in trend actually. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. So it's like
So if you
a
actually
boom
miss
market.
out,
That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
correct. Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm coming from. If you just miss out even 2 weeks delay, you are actually lost a huge business. So you have to be
Yeah.
very conscious of that fact. So you have to plan well in advance so that, even if you have, 2 weeks extra inventory in your books, it doesn't, not a problem.
Yeah.
But not having stock on the 2 weeks. So these are situation keeps coming up. We need to overcome this. Need to have a proper planning, so that you avoid
Exactly.
such incidents.
So, when we're talking about this festival seasons and taking orders online, delivering them, so what is your take on payment solutions? So, let's say many of them still now as well. Everyone has access to their smartphones. Everyone, use Paytm and other UPI options they have. People use online banking as well, even in tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. So,
Yeah.
what is your take on payment solution? And still now, people, many people still now don't trust Amazon as well. So they even one of my family members as well, he or she can, I'll not take his own name, but he or
Yeah.
she can make the payment online within a second.
See,
But they still believe that if I get that product and let's do cash on delivery. So how do you cope up with that?
yeah, India being India, I've been watching Indian consumer grow. Amazon, India is the first country where Amazon introduced cash on delivery. And we've been trained. See, cash on delivery is not new for the customer. I'm sure you would be knowing this VPP, value paid package from Indian Post.
Yeah.
It's been there in the country for almost last 30, 35 years. So we've been trained by that method because we come from a very humble, simple background. We have
Exactly.
much of disposable income. Even if you lose 10 rupees, it's actually a big loss for many people.
Yeah.
So they actually don't want to rely on anybody else. Even many people don't even use today ATM because rely on cards because they don't want to spend that additional 25, 30 rupees for ATM withdrawal.
Exactly.
Go to the bank to withdraw. So we knew all this, logistics when we started. So we started our e-commerce. We started with solid payment integration, which has both cash on delivery and all type of payment. And also, we also knew in 2016-17, we never had a very robust supply chain for last mile delivery. So we in fact tied up with Indian Post for our delivery to pin codes which are not serviceable. So when Amazon had started, Amazon is the first customer, and Amazon had the ship yourself or ship through Amazon. Whatever orders Amazon cannot fulfill, we will fulfill directly through Speed Post. And we had a account. And we had a very good success rate in delivery of through Speed Post. And so we ensured wherever the customers are there, they are get a great service by giving them the product at the time.
So, as because you're from the retail industry and you are into apparel, brand.
Yeah.
So, what's your take in D2C? What would be the D2C story of you, and what you should what you would tell the next the new guys who are coming or the hustlers, what would be the suggestion for them as well?
See, Indian e-commerce, not only India, across world is evolving, still at evolvement stage. See, D2C is a new buzzword when it comes to retail. It's not only fashion, across all players are getting to D2C.
Across all players.
It's as simple as direct to customer. There are two aspects in business. One is the cost aspect, one is your profitability aspect. Okay. The cost of running a business is X in each model. Say, for example, a lot of people actually misinterpret doing D2C is a low investment proposition. But if you look at after, if people running after 1 year, you will see how is your profitability, how is your balance sheet look like. It will be very average. See, the real business is actually how much money I put in, how much money I take. And today, because of this, e-commerce buzz and all the unicorns, people are actually backing. A lot of people are backing on to convert people from traditional retail to e-commerce. People are actually investing money in e-commerce to make changing the consumer mindset towards D2C model. So while from an operational point of view, D2C has certain scale, only too much, because you can only target the customer who understand online retail, you can understand, you trust the new uh, evolution of technology. There are customers who also still don't believe in this customer, they still want to have certain touch and feel. I've seen a lot of D2C brands getting into offline business. So, I can, a lot of popular brands, if you say, for example, Fab Valley, for example, one of the first D2C player in country in women's fashion. Today, they have a lot of stores. They have over 100 stores in India. They started selling through shop in shop. And even, for example, Myntra being a sole biggest marketplace for fashion, they started opening up stores for their private label. So the future is going to be omni-channel. Omni is, you have to be present in all formats of retail. Even today, with 15, 16 years of evaluation in retail, online retail in India, we are still only 10% of fashion businesses come from online, including D2C.
But I believe we have just seen the trailer, though this full story is about to come. Actually, what I believe actually.
I also,
it's been 6 years itself, right?
Yeah. To be honest, there are miles to go. To after a certain point of time, the D2C and brick and mortar both will coexist. Brands who are in brick and mortar already have opened, started their own website. They started getting good revenues where people cannot travel every day. They are ordering. D2C players are started opening up stores because they find it difficult to run in terms of their cost of logistic and cost of customer acquisition is quite high in D2C business. Say for example, running a retail business, about of your revenue, 40% goes in running your store on average. I'm just giving an example. In D2C business is about 40% is customer acquisition cost. Then your 25% goes for your transport cost. So cost is pretty high. So now brands are start looking at, can we have multiple warehousing solutions so that I reduce my logistic cost and also my delivery lead time, because from one location to another location you need at least 3 to 4 days. A lot of products customers need instantly. So people go to store. People prefer to go to store because they need something immediate, instant. I want to wear it now, or I want to buy it now. So those kind of product where people are going to brick and mortar. Of course, there are a lot of D2C platforms now got into place for grocery and FMCG, like Zepto has come up on Blinkit. They're trying to solve the problem. But what they're actually doing is they're actually opening up a small shops in every neighborhood places. So slowly it will convert into only retail. So they went to open the store for customers. You can walk in and buy, or you can just order from home. Both will get delivered. I've seen Omni retail happen in UK about 2 years back. 2007, Tesco in UK had Omni retail happening. So they had a .com business. It used to be called .com by then. Customer orders, it gets delivered in 2 to 3 hours to their doorstep from the nearest store. Tesco had that kind of footprint in UK. Today, none of the retailers had that kind of network. So today, Reliance might be trying. Now, DMart is trying to do that concept. You order within 2 to 3 hours, will be delivered from the nearest shop, or you can go and pick it up from the nearest store. So my point of view, D2C is a buzzword which will be there for some time, but over a period of time, everything will become omni. So omni-channel is going to be the new model for retail. So if you are, somebody's thinking of doing D2C business, you should think of the other side of business.
Exactly. So, just I had just one point when I was talking to you for quite some time right now. So I was just, one thing which is coming again and again in my mind, that after some time, let's say after 2-3 years, would you concentrate on particularly into ladies apparels and things, or you will move into other products as well?
See, we might scale up. So now we already started getting into kids wear. Just 1 year back, we got into kids wear business. So we are now working on kids wear business as well. We might get into full-fledged women's wear. Today, we are actually category player in women's wear, but we may look at, if there is opportunity, we may look at women's wear as a business overall. So we need to expand the categories, and then kids wear. We may not get into menswear because menswear is already saturated. A lot of brands are there. We don't need to
Just to interrupt in between, because why I did ask this question in the first place, because if you could have, or you would have this menswear, I'd definitely get some of your products.
Great.
So
I'll
that's the
keep
main
in
point. But
mind
yes,
that.
definitely. Yeah, definitely, my wife would be more than happy to shop your products as well. So
Sure.
I really literally hope so that in future I could get some products of yours, your brand, and yeah, I'll definitely do that. I don't have any kids right now, so I will take. Let's see. I have plan in future, so I'll definitely get for them as well. So yeah,
Sure.
please continue. Please continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about our expansion will be mostly focused on women's and kids. Men, not as of now in our long-term goal, but it's if there is a opportunity in complete lifestyle brand, men, women, and kid, we may look at it. As of now, our focus is on women's wear and kids wear.
So, as because there are many small brands, why this question is actually very relatable, because there are so many brands who has their vast range of products. When what I believe for the last 10 years, what I think that when I have massive level of products, I cannot focus on one particular product. As because you have this woman apparels, woman you and into kids, you just started kids, you'll say, so you are totally focused into women apparels, garments and all. Uh, so is it very necessary to to concentrate on single particular point, and then we afterwards we should do it, or we should continue with the part? Because I mean, there are many brands. Let's say there are many small brands as well who have different types of range of products in other industries as well.
Yeah.
So what is your take on that? We should focus on a particular thing, or we should stand in two boats or three boats or whatever is
According to me,
possible.
you should start with one, focused product, then acquire larger consumer base, then you can start expanding to different categories. See, that's a story. If you see across globe, the biggest brands. See, Levi's today,
Yeah.
one of the top selling brand. They were selling only jeans. They just had a couple of styles of jeans. They were just selling tons and tons of jeans. Then they started getting into shirt. They got getting into chinos and all this product.
Yeah.
So that's every fashion, because fashion is very interesting and it's also very risky. If you start getting
Yeah.
into
Exactly.
product, fashion, if you like, if you think if this trend is going to be super hit and then you produce huge volume, and if your customer didn't like it, so your entire money goes in drain. So you have to be very focused, identify your core product category, expand your footprint with few products. Once you have a good reach in terms of consumer base, then you can start giving them new product. See, that's how every brand in apparel actually grown. If you take Louis Philippe's biggest menswear brand today, when they started in 1987, they had only shirts. Then they started getting into trouser. Then they got into
Okay.
suits. Now today it's a
Okay.
full-fledged brand. So Alan Solly,
Yeah.
when they launched in India in 1997, they had only chinos. They never had any shirts.
Yeah.
It's just a chino brand. Now slowly
Yeah.
then they added a shirt, t-shirt. Today they have Alan Solly, men, women, kids. It's a full-fledged brand. To start,
Even the same story is with Steve Madden as well, what I
yeah,
follow,
yeah,
because
correct.
Steve Madden only had those women shoes, the high
Yeah, correct.
ankle women shoes,
Yeah,
and
correct.
then because I
I
also
agree.
have a couple of years back I had one loafer from Steve Madden, but
Right.
buying a shoe for 7,000-8,000,
Yeah,
and I can get a shoe from Bata as well, which is much more comfortable and much more reliable than that
yeah,
particular brand.
yeah,
Same
exactly.
with
So,
Try as well. So yeah.
yeah, so Steve Madden started this, simple ballerino footwear for women. Then they
Yeah.
added men's shoes. Today, Steve Madden has complete offering of footwear and accessories. But still, Steve Madden today main focus is only footwear. They don't do any other apparel. So being a
Yeah.
category player gives you the advantage of penetrating the market much faster, much deeper. If you try and go with mini product, people will not be able to relate to what are you standing for. Even if you say FMCG brand, any brand if you take, they always take one or two product, they'll go to the market, they'll get the customer base solid, then they will start giving new product. So now, I gave you toothpaste. Now this is a shampoo from me. Then this is a face wash. That's how all the FMCG brands also
Yeah,
evolve.
exactly.
So every product,
Exactly.
because product is key, and if you want to try to market too many people, people get confused for what you stand for. So you should start to select product, go deep in the market, then you give them additional product. They'll be very happy to take.
Agnes, it was really very good talking to you. I get to know many things as well as well as about your journey as well. You have been through a lot. You had a very good experience about the market as well. So I just want to know, I just want you to say a one-liner for all those upcoming entrepreneurs, all the hustlers. Just a one-liner. What about let's say about growth hacking itself? So what would be that one-liner for all those out there?
See, believe in yourself, keep very high goal, and keep working on it every day, every minute. See, to be an entrepreneur, you have to be multitasking. Entrepreneur has to be multitasking. You cannot depend on your team. You have to do to learn to do yourself. Then you can teach others how to do. You will get people following you.
Sure. It was a really good talking to you. Okay, and I hope
nice
so.
We
will be in touch. Yeah, I'll be in touch with you definitely. Let me stop the recording. Yeah. So Agnes, was really nice talking to you, and hope so we would meet someday. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about different other. I got to know many because you had a vast range of experience. I got to learn many things from you as well. So I'm just on my on the verge of 30s actually right now. So I'm 29 as well. So even I had some plans in future as well. So I need to learn, and I hope so. Like me, there are many other guys as well who are in their 20s, who are there, early, let's say in their 18 or 19, and they want to be an entrepreneur. And I believe in India, there is a hell lot of scope.
True.
There is a scope for everyone. So I believe there are many entrepreneurs, upcoming entrepreneurs as well, who can do a massive change for our country as well, and our revenue will get boomed up again. So many people will get jobs as well.
Yes, old and very entrepreneurial mindset people. They just need to have that one spark to come out of their comfort zone. Then they will do miracles.
Sure. It was nice talking to you, Agnes. Sure.
Thanks.
Nice. It was nice getting in touch with you, and I hope this story, would help lots and lots of people again. There. Yeah. Sure. I'll be in touch with you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye.